It's my opinion, like well-rounded fighter, I think Usman is better.
In my opinion, when it comes to being a well-rounded fighter, I think Usman is better. Khabib Nurmagomedov stunned the MMA world by claiming Usman Nurmagomedov is better than Ilia Topuria. He explained that fans can debate endlessly, but the truth will only be proven if they ever fight. Still, Khabib believes Usman's complete skill set makes him the superior fighter. They need to fight. People can say whatever they want, Ilia, Usman, this is just my opinion. As a complete fighter, I think Usman is better.
They have to fight, people can talk, they can say whatever they want, like Ilia, Usman, It's my opinion, like well-rounded fighter, I think Usman is better.
Earlier, Usman Nurmagomedov had voiced similar thoughts, saying his resume at lightweight was stronger than Ilia Topuria's. He pointed out that Topuria only has one fight in the division, while he himself has years of experience and already held a championship. Usman added that once he beats Paul Hughes in their rematch, he will consider himself the best lightweight in the world.
But Ilia Topuria, how he can be lightweight #1 in the world? He cannot be. He did only one fight. I have 19 fights in lightweight.
And undefeated.
I have 25. No, like I beat former champions, I beat champions, and I think my resume is like better than him. He have only 15 or 14, 13. How many fights he have?
I think 14. I think that's the number.
Yeah, but I have 14 finished in my career.
Absolutely. So after Islam wins the welterweight title, then you can officially declare yourself the #1 lightweight.
After when I will finish this guy, I will call myself I'm the best lightweight.
How can he be the #1 lightweight in the world with just one fight? He can't. I have 19 fights in lightweight, undefeated. I've had 25 fights overall, beaten former champions, and I believe my resume is stronger than his. He has only 15 or 14 fights, maybe 13, I think 14, but I have 14 finishes in Bellator. Exactly. So after Islam wins the welterweight title, then you can officially declare yourself the #1 lightweight in the world.
Давай предположим, что все случилось, Tsarukyan с Topuria дерутся. Ты кого видишь фаворитом в этом бою?
Я не вижу шансов у Topuria.
То есть ты считаешь, что
Я
Арман
ему ударки
да?
тоже не даю. Арман слишком дистанционно дерется. С ударниками держит дистанцию хорошо, ногами лучше работает. И сейчас уже Арман слишком хорошо. У него есть материал, который он может посмотреть и хорошо изучить. Если 3 боя назад, если он с ним дрался, может, он не так опасался. Но сейчас уже видно то, чего можно опасаться от Topuria. Я считаю, что в данный момент лучший боец в легком весе это Topuria.
Ты про Tsarukyan.
Да, я про Tsarukyan.
After I finish this guy, I'll call myself the best lightweight. However, Usman admitted he wouldn't call himself the best lightweight until Islam moves up to welterweight and wins the title there. When asked if he now considers himself the top lightweight, he said no, explaining that as long as Islam stays in the division, the crown belongs to him. Only after Islam takes the welterweight belt would the debate truly be settled. With Islam moving to welterweight, do you now believe you're the best lightweight in the world?
Считаю, что Магдалена самый сложный соперник в Ислама карьере. Мое мнение. Ни Чарльз, никто. Ни один из этих бойцов.
И даже не Илья, если бы это бой был.
Ну, мое личное мнение, во-первых, Магдалена 2 раза больше, чем Илья.
Сопоставим.
Илья. Он 2 раза больше. Он выше, больше, ноги помощнее, корпус, бокс не хуже. И грэпплинг он возится очень хорошо, если вы смотрели. Ну, для меня, если я буду готовить Ислама против Илья или Магдалены, для меня больше будет волновать и волнует Магдалена.
We'll see. I don't want to put myself as the lightweight number 1 because Islam is still here. When he moves, then we'll see. This isn't the first time Khabib has downplayed Ilia Topuria. Previously, Khabib dismissed Topuria's chances against Arman Tsarukyan, saying Arman had developed into a complete fighter with strong distance control, range, and sharp kicks to neutralize strikers. With more experience and footage available, Tsarukyan had become far more dangerous. Khabib said Topuria's style wouldn't work against someone so well-rounded, and right now, Tsarukyan is the best lightweight in the division.
Khabib recently said that's Islam's toughest test. Do you agree?
I'm gonna have to 1,000,000% agree with Khabib. I think this is our toughest test, and this is Khabib, and my biggest responsibility is to make sure we get Islam on tip-top shape and ready to do what we think and we believe he will do, and that's win. But it's not going to be easy. And if we make it look easy, it's because we were properly prepared and Jack just happened to give us what we needed. But this is by no means a walkover fight. No means. This is a really, really tough fight. And we have immense respect for Jack in their team and what they can do. And so we're prepared, mentally now. Physically, we'll got 2 months before we start camp. We'll go then. But right now, we're mentally prepared for what Jack brings. And he brings a lot.
Yeah.
Khabib went further, saying Arman Tsarukyan would have an 80-20 advantage over Ilia, crediting it to his complete MMA skill set, not just wrestling. He highlighted Arman's takedowns, elbows, grappling, and submissions as tools to control fights. He also noted that Tsarukyan had grown smarter with experience, studying opponents carefully and avoiding reckless mistakes. Add in Arman's size, strength, and relentless pressure, and Khabib saw him as the bigger, more dominant fighter on fight night.
I just don't think Islam has the chin that Bilal has.
You feel like it's a situation where this is going to be an eventual down the line, like 3rd, 4th round? Or do you think people might even be shocked to see it happen earlier on?
We know for a fact if Jack clips someone clean on the chin, they can go over. So it could happen in the 1st minute, it could happen in the 24th minute, it could happen in the 24-minute 59 seconds, it could happen 3 rounds in. Jack likes long fights, he likes to be in there, but obviously we're not getting paid for overtime, so if the opportunity arises, we're happy to take it. But Jack's cardio, as we saw, Bilal's reputedly the best cardio in the UFC, and Jack out cardioed him. Bilal was more tired than Jack towards the end of the fight, so Jack's cardio is exceptional, his power is exceptional. And yeah, I like the fight. I really do.
Still, Khabib's comments drew backlash. Even his close friend, UFC legend Daniel Cormier, disagreed, saying it was unrealistic to claim Tsarukyan would dominate Topuria by such a wide margin. In Cormier's view, odds that lopsided are only for once-in-a-generation fighters like Khabib himself or John Jones. He argued Topuria is too skilled and dangerous to be beaten 8 out of 10 times.
Do you think it's straight away shooting in, establishing his wrestling, getting JDM up against the fence, or do you think he goes out there and actually tries to test his striking against you guys?
No, I don't think he's going to go out and try and test his striking, but I also don't think he's going to rush. He's a very composed guy. He's a very high-level, skillful person. He's not going to rush and be running at Jack's hips. But he is going to try and get hold of Jack as quickly as possible, even if it's just to try and tire him out in the early parts of the fight and get him into his world quickly. He will take damage from Jack as Bilal did if he's on the feet, so I'm sure he's going to not want to be there.
Daniel Cormier said 80-20 is crazy. That's only ever been true for Khabib and John Jones, who went unbeaten. I don't believe anyone beats Ilia Topuria 8 out of 10 times. I strongly disagree with Khabib there. But the debate didn't stop. Khabib also said Jack Della Maddalena is the toughest challenge Islam Makhachev has ever faced, an even bigger threat than Topuria or any past opponent. He pointed to Jack's size, punching power, sharp boxing, and reliable grappling, saying preparing Islam for Maddalena is tougher and more intriguing than for Topuria.
I don't believe those odds. I'm sorry. It's a lot tougher fight than what the odds are saying. I'm not going on that. You get caught up with that stuff. You know, that's when it could go bad. Just think about the people that were like 15 or 20 to 1, and all of a sudden they go out there and get their butt kicked. You know, underestimating their opponent. You know, it's dumb. I'm not underestimating this guy. If anything, it's a 1% advantage for us type fight. That's the way I want to look at it.
Javier Mendez describes Islam Makhachev as a fighter who never needs extra motivation, always sticking to the plan and executing it. He points out that Islam continues to show steady improvement and stresses that while people often compare him to Khabib, they're very different in both style and personality. According to Mendez, each man brings his own unique approach, with Islam even showing a humorous side that sets him apart from Khabib.
Islam has always been, you know, the kind of fighter that you just wind them up, tell them what to do, and let them go. And that's exactly what's happening here. You know, he does his own. You don't need to motivate him. You just need to tell him what you want, and he'll go out and do it. I'm very happy to see the progress he's making, because I do see it, you know, and you know, he's a different kind of guy. As you notice, him and Khabib, they're different. Islam isn't Khabib, Khabib isn't Islam. So a lot of the characteristics of what they do or what they don't do, they're different, but they're also very funny in their own way. Islam's got some really funny sayings that really catch on, you know, but they're different approach. They're not the same kind of approach.
In another interview, Khabib repeated that Jack is Islam's toughest test. He explained he's followed JDM for years and considers him a dangerous striker with clean technique. Khabib also noted that Maddalena has already beaten skilled wrestlers and handled those matchups effectively, making him a serious threat.
Islam versus JDM. What do you make of that? Islam moving up to now welterweight.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. You know, Islam, you know, is a lightweight. He's going to be a little smaller in the fight, but he's a well-rounded fighter. So, you know, if he's able to take down JDM and control him, you know, he could definitely get the job done. But it's going to be interesting to see how the size advantage plays a difference in the fight.
Who do you favor?
I mean, I seen the odds were pretty big. They favored Makhachev like 3-1. So I guess I got to go with the odds if they're going 3-1. But just because JDM doesn't have good takedown defense, but you never know. It's a fight, and JDM has some good hands, so it should be an exciting fight for the fans.
Khabib pointed out that Jack's 9-0 UFC record, along with training under the same team that prepared Alexander Volkanovski for Islam, makes him extremely dangerous.
I'm going to go Jack. I think Jack has that X factor. I think he has the gut, the grit, the determination to fight the takedowns, to fight the ground, the takedown attacks that Islam is going to go for. And I think in a striking fight, straight up, Jack is better. I think he wins in the hands. Yeah. I think Jack's got the better game to strike over 5 rounds than Islam does as well, especially if Islam is trying to go for takedowns during the fight. Yeah. I think, and this is people sleep on Jack's grappling game. They sleep on his jiu-jitsu. I don't think Islam is going to be as gun-ho with the takedowns as everybody believes, because Jack has that level of offense off his back.
Javier Mendez agreed with Khabib, naming Jack as Islam's toughest opponent yet. He stressed this fight is no easy task, calling it one of the biggest responsibilities he and Khabib have faced as coaches. He said if Islam makes it look easy, it will be because of preparation, but make no mistake, this is not a walkover. Jack and his team deserve a lot of respect. He brings a lot.
I don't know, man. I mean, when you're going up to the welterweight division, those are some big boys. And I know Islam Makhachev walks around fairly heavy, but a lot of these 170s, they walk around real heavy. I'm talking about, over 205, 210 to the 215. Some of the guys that I have faced would walk around at that weight. I think the height, I think they might be the same height. I think JDM might be a little taller, but when it comes to those guys and their strength, Islam, I think, is going to have a tough time. Now, do I think he could get it done? Yes. I think he's that good of a grappler. But like I said, JDM has faced some of the best welterweight grapplers and wrestlers in the division. Bilal being one of them. I think it's going to be a tough night for him. I would like to see Islam fight Topuria. That's just me. I would love to see that fight happen. But
on the other hand, Jack's coach Ben Vickers expressed full confidence ahead of UFC 322. He insisted Islam won't withstand Jack's power. Unlike Bilal Muhammad, Islam doesn't have the same durability, and one clean shot could end the fight, whether early or late. He emphasized Jack's knockout power and cardio, calling him dangerous from start to finish.
I think he could. He can. He can win this fight. Right. It's not a for sure thing. It's not one of those on paper, he's going to just beat him. No. He can win it. It all depends on who shows up and who sticks to their game plan.
Okay. But if you had to give a lean, if you had to pick someone, who would you pick?
I'm going to go for JDM.
I just don't think Islam has the chin Bilal has. If Jack lands clean, it could end in the first minute or the 24th. Jack likes long fights, but we're not paid for overtime. His cardio is exceptional, his power is exceptional, and I like this fight.
That looked real good, but I think Islam is the best, man. I think Islam is the absolute best. I do think, obviously, moving up a big difference in weight class will have some effect, but I think that he'll be the champion that we know him to be, and he'll find a way to get it done.
Vickers added that Islam won't fight recklessly. He expects Islam to close distance early and lean on grappling to drain Jack. Trading too long on the feet, he said, would expose Islam to knockout danger, so he'll look to drag the fight into his world quickly.